My company tried to ban my service dog for the most ridiculous reason. I work for a smallish company with around 80 people. I have epilepsy, and I have a seizure alert dog. She can detect when I am about to have a seizure, which helps me get somewhere safe. She's very good at what she does. Usually I get a 2 or 3 minute warning and can ask for help, or preemptively call someone like my husband. She'll also find a person and direct them to my medical alert bracelet if I'm unable to tell someone what is happening ahead of time. Here's the problem: she's a smaller dog. She's a 20-pound mud since she doesn't provide mobility assistance of any kind. She also doesn't wear a full harness like a seeing eye dog would. She walks on a standard collar and leash though. She does have a fabric vest that says service dog in large letters, so if someone does see her when she's looking for assistance, it's pretty obvious that they should follow her. Recently, we hired a new VP of HR. This person says they do not believe that my dog is a real medical dog and not just an emotional support animal or a pet I want to bring to work. They say she is too small and she doesn't wear real medical equipment. I paid literally tens of thousands of dollars for this dog and her training. She has saved my life with her alerts. On more than one occasion, she's also given me back freedom I didn't have before because I was unable to go anywhere alone. The vice president of human resources has no complaints about her behavior. She walks calmly beside me or rests under my desk during the day. She doesn't bark, and the only time I take her out for a bathroom break is when I'm on lunch. Nobody in the office has said anything that I know of. This person simply says they've never heard of a dog that does this type of work and they've never seen a small service dog. So therefore, I must be lying. I have provided paperwork from the training organization and my medical team, and they say you can print papers like that off the internet. I went to the CEO because if I don't have my dog, I can't go to work, and they said this was out of their area of expertise. But couldn't I just get a bigger dog? So it's obvious they are a working dog. Other than this particular incident, I loved my job and wanted to keep working here. So I decided to meet with an employment lawyer. They said this was a fairly cut and dry thing where my dog absolutely should be allowed. We started by going the friendly route. My lawyer provided the language for me to attempt to address this myself in a more official way. That went, predictably, nowhere. The VP of HR doubled down on her stance that I needed to have a real service dog, or I would have to come to the office without my dog. As an aside, I do work from home most of the time, and there is no formal requirement that any of us go into the office. Even before COVID, I supported our national sales team, and most of us were remote for a significant portion of our jobs. That being said, I do like to go in every once in a while. It's less of an issue when the pandemic was happening, since we've halted almost all in-person activities, but once we finally got things under control, we do have team outings that I like to attend. Plus, it's nice to get actual FaceTime with my boss anyway. I let my direct supervisor know that HR was continuing to push back on this, and she attempted to plead my case, thinking if it came from a director-level employee, maybe it would hold more weight. HR shut that down as well, since sales directors don't understand the data like HR does, according to them. My boss then told me if I didn't already have plans to take a more aggressive approach with my lawyer, she would be doing it on my behalf, because this was getting ridiculous. My lawyer sent a letter to my boss, HR, and the CEO asking for a response in 48 hours before they push further. Nobody responded. My boss deliberately did not respond. HR and the CEO ignored it. We then pushed the letter to the company's board, and things happened very quickly from there, although I'm unfortunately out of a loop on the details. What I do know is the CEO claimed he misunderstood what I was saying when I asked him, and of course he supported me and my dog coming into the office. It wasn't a misunderstanding, it was definitely incompetence, but that's fine. I'm not going to fight that battle. HR quietly underwent a restructuring. Our VP left for other opportunities last week with no other comment. We're pretty sure she was pushed out. Although we are a smaller company, we do hold a sizable government contract, and an ADA lawsuit would go against the main service we provide. Our board was very interested in making sure we didn't do anything to jeopardize the contract. I do wish the board and CEO had taken a firmer stance and admitted to the error while publicly committing to making sure any and all employees felt welcome. But they did reach out and apologize to me personally, so I'll let that go too. All in all, our terrible HR is gone. My boss was as supportive as she could be and went to bat for me several times. And once the office was fully open, my dog and I were able to go to the office as needed. Josie, the dog in question, receives lots of pets and love and continues to be a very good girl.